What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, some of you guys have already heard Floyd's former fiance, Miss Jackson, is now currently suing Floyd Mayweather. I'll put the link in the description if you want to hear her statement to the press. And I can't stand these bitches. Oh my gosh, man. Like, I'm far from gay, but I mean, if you are gay, that's your thing. Cool, more power to you. Me personally, that's not my forte, but I hate some of these females, man. Just their demeanor. I mean, it just looks so put on. And some people, oh, you're coming to Floyd's defense. I don't know what the fuck he did in his relationship. That's none of my business. You know what I mean? He has to speak and answer to God, not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not his God, so whatever he did, whatever's done in the dark will come to light. But I just really get an inkling that Miss Jackson is a gold digger. She just comes across as that type. Yes, she looks good. Yes, I would love to smash. But fellas, just be careful and know who you're dealing with, because it just doesn't, this is my interpretation of things. It just seems very put on. Like, you moved on. You're with Nelly. You were on All Access when you were with Floyd, and you were acting like everything was like sweetest pie. And then all of a sudden, it's with a heavy heart. You have to sue Floyd Mayweather, who just happens to be the highest paid athlete in the world. And you're coming up with these stories about he did this and he hit you. Like, and the other thing is, people, a lot of times in the league, like, I don't know how much you guys know about legal processes or who's been in court and stuff like that, but for celebrities, one thing I could tell you, and I have relationships with some people, sometimes people settle out of court just because, to drag it on and actually go through the legal processes, they'll end up losing a lot of money, and it's a lot of wasted time fucking around with the court systems. You know what I mean? It's just like anything. Our judicial system in the U.S. sucks. Like, people are on death row from 85, you know what I mean? And they still haven't been executed. Just crazy shit like that. And to string it on, sometimes it's easier to settle out of court. Sometimes you do it because you're guilty. Sometimes you do it because, as a celebrity, it's going to cost you more money to drag it on and do the legal process. So I don't know. That's up to Floyd's advisors, Al Heyman, Ellerby, whoever else he has as like a financial advisor, lawyer, to determine what the next course is. But just to me, it just seems like Miss Jackson, she's always seemed like, even before this lawsuit, she seemed like a gold digger. Like, she's pretty. And then the picture surfaced where she was with Victor Ortiz, who can pretty much be considered a nemesis. His fight with Floyd, it ended in a controversial fashion. You know what I mean? That's not really, like, why? Okay, if you're with a dude who's a millionaire, multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire, whatever the fuck level of money Floyd really has, and you're kind of being spotted doing a commercial with Victor Ortiz, it's kind of like, why would she put you in that position? You know what I mean? A precarious situation. Like, she wanted to be an actress. It looked like she was doing a great job as she was announcing this lawsuit to the public. But anyway, back to the Victor Ortiz thing. When that surfaced, it's just like, you're with a dude who's loaded. He has money. You're pretty well taken care of. Your bullshit acting job you don't have to do when you're with someone with that much money. So why would you be in a commercial? Like, and it looked like, if you remember the Victor Ortiz picture with Miss Jackson, it just looked like they were getting close on the set for the sake of whatever they were shooting the commercial for. So it's just like, it's a bad situation. It's a bad look. So she's always seemed like a gold digging bitch to me. Now this lawsuit, and it just seemed like her acting classes have paid off. She's like, oh, it's with a heavy heart. I have to sue him. I love him so much. I have to sue him. That's the only way that I can get justice for what he's done. I think she said he pulled out a pistol on her. He's physically abused her. And again, back to the legal processes, there's certain stigmas. Like, there's, let's say, basketball. There's certain players like a Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, whatever you want to call him. There's a certain aura around him, surrounding him, that he's a dirty player. You know what I mean? He had the situation where he climbed the stands and he punched a fan. Then he had the elbowing James Harden situation. So if a ref is looking at that and they know his pedigree, they know his background, they know former charges, whether they were true or false or whatever, they consider that. So using the Ron Artest Meta World Peace example, if you have a reputation, whether it's true or false, of being a dirty player or whatever, then when a ref sees you do something, they're more inclined to call the technical foul, or call a foul because you have that reputation. So Mayweather, people know he did a stint in jail for domestic violence. He had that plea bargain or whatever he did for that situation. So it's kind of like an easy way to re-sue someone for something they've had trouble and dealt with in the past. Another example using legal processes, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had one child said he got molested by Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch. I don't know. Could be true, could be fake, could be someone trying to exploit Michael Jackson because he always had kids at his house and he was just a friendly guy and he was loaded. So anyway, the first person sued him and said, oh, I got raped and molested by Michael Jackson. Then after that, years later, another kid came out and then another kid came out. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know at this point when you get to certain situations, because it can be an easy avenue to sue someone, or maybe this person really does have a problem raping kids or abusing women or whatever the situation is. So just from what I've seen, Miss Jackson, her demeanor, like I seen her on Instagram. I follow her. She's a pretty girl. She's cupcaked up with Nelly, and I thought she was moving on, and all of a sudden you're crying supposedly and acting so hurt that it had to come to this. You had to sue him. Bitch, you don't have to sue somebody that you were with if you don't want to. And why is it just all of a sudden coming out? You know what I'm saying? It's just, she reminds me of a modern day Robin Givens. And that's really all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think of Miss Jackson suing Floyd Mayweather. So my word of advice to all these boxers: watch the company you keep. Watch these bitches. We've seen from Mike Tyson. We've learned from Tupac. We learn from different people throughout history, and history repeats itself. Some of these bitches are just scandalous, and they can't be trusted. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.